to the parking lot, you don't hear the pickleball. I went to Dilts Park. Sorry, John, that light is distracting. I went to Dilts Park and I had my daughters play pickleball on the existing tennis courts and took 100 paces, which is nowhere near the Reamer property, and you couldn't hear it. I had to call them and ask them if they were still doing it. I could hear their voices and I could hear cars on Buchanan Road and Sandy Ridge Road, planes coming over. I could not hear the pickleball. So between that and the extra stuff that you're going to do, and we also went this way, and it was about 75 paces before after we couldn't hear it anymore. So I know the mayor mentioned this earlier about possible financing options. I think once you get public input and have some ideas, this is a great concept. Borrow the money and break ground. I think you guys are doing a good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Mary Lyons. I'm also the older people now. I've lived here quite a long time. And I just want to say, I think Dilts has really grown organically because of people's interest in it, particularly when their kids are playing. I mean, all you guys know so much about the softball fields and the soccer fields. But in 10 years, we might want to have lacrosse there again. We had that at one point. Or we might want to have field hockey or something we don't even know about yet. So I think it is important to take a stand and say this is what we're going to do now, but also allow some flexibility in the plan for future changes, but also do it within the context of a plan, because the organic growth doesn't pay attention to things like safety or necessarily water runoff. We're concerned about the fields. So I think we do need to say it's time to start planning now, but leave some room for future changes, and also be conscious of what all this is going to cost the township in terms of maintaining it. Linda had a great point. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for the first round? Okay. We have a little time, so Jan, if you wanted to make an additional comment.
Jan Weber, Township resident. Thank you, Jay, and thank you, Township Committee, for everything you've done to make this dream a reality. And I'm walking in front of the camera. So, again, thank you for all your efforts. My question, and I greatly appreciate the fact that you are as attentive to the pickleball noise, because I think that is the only thing people could object to with pickleball. Mm-hmm. When you're doing the planning for that, consider the needs of the other park users. It's not just the residents. Mm-hmm. Seniors that are walking, people that are walking dogs. The Environmental Commission put up bluebird boxes. Sitting there watching the bluebirds with the whine of pickleball in the background would be distressing. So the fact that you've said, you are going to do plantings to attenuate the noise, and if that's not enough, we'll do more, is appreciated. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Can I just add one more? As I said, I live very near, I live next to the park. And there's nothing like sitting out there on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon and listening to the kids climbing up there. It is just heaven. It's wonderful.
Thank you. Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Okay, we're going to close it to public comment. If I could get I guess if anyone had any closing Township Committee comments that they would like to make, Sir, nothing to add.
I got one comment.
Sure.
You talked about you applied for this $100,000 grant. Now, if that don't come through, just because you applied, don't mean we're going to get it, correct?
Correct, or we could get
What do we do
get
then?
something less than that.
How much are you leaning toward this $100,000 grant to pay for this?
We're not leaning at all.
Okay.
We're assuming that we're getting nothing, hoping we get everything.
Okay, good, that's
I think that's where we stand financially. So, and you don't have any comments? So the one thing I just wanted to point out, and I think Jay just, he's had a long presentation, and Jay, thank you very much for taking your time this evening to prepare this, and you did a great job with the presentation. But I just wanted to point everyone to where the second driveway comes in, and you have the connecting road to the first driveway, which goes up to the big soccer field. Tony Swed was the chairman for Friends of Delaware Township. And Friends of Delaware Township has thought about putting in a grove of trees in memoriam for Tony Swed at that particular location. The reason I bring this up is that this is just the beginning of potential memorials for people that are big advocates for township living and doing the right thing for everyone in this township. So my dream, as being on the board for the Friends of Delaware Township, is that there's many more memorials that will go in that will further enhance the beauty of this park, while at the same time making everyone remember of all the people that made Delaware Township a beautiful place. So I just thought that required a mention. And I think that's a beautiful spot, and the idea being you would have trees that the foliage would complement one another and would change colors depending upon the season, etc. So the Friends of Delaware Township are probably going to be hiring a expert in that particular field where we could find something that's complementary. So anyway, I just wanted to make that point, and then I also just wanted to say thank you for coming out tonight, thank you for the feedback. And thank you everyone for being so great and so understanding. Everyone, everyone has different sides, especially when it comes to the pickleball issue. But it seems like everyone was here and loves the park and wants everyone to use it. And I'm excited about the park going to new places, and I think it's time to do that. So thank you everyone for your input. And please come, the next meeting is on the 22nd. If you have anything that you can think of before then, come to the meeting and feed it back. Give us the feedback. So, I'm sorry, March 11th. It's been a long